Hello, everybody. This is Cassie Olberg in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. And we are going to do something pretty simple, but I'm going to give you a few tips to make it easier. I'm going to talk about our card kits. And for those of you that don't know, we do have cute little trio card kits that come out every month. I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about these wonderful sparkle pens. I think they came out with those just for me because I love some sparkle. And so I'm going to go over those couple of things and hopefully they will help you with what you're doing. So let's head on over here and check it out. Okay, so what I'm going to use for my demonstration of this cute little trio card kit, they're only $5.50 and you get 3 cards. So, you don't have to be a math genius to know that that's less than $2 a card for something that's super cute and meaningful. And what's really great is all of our card kits come with these little directions so that you can quickly and easily put your cards together. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to show you how to jazz them up. And you'll see that in just a second. So I'm going to put these off to the side. And we always have bonus pieces. I'm going to talk about that a little bit while I'm putting them together. And you open up your cards, and you have 3 blank cards, and then your envelopes to go with them. So one thing that you should know is if you are going to mail it, then puffing it up is more than just one foam square is not going to be your friend. So you don't want to puff it up too far. And look, they look cute flat too. The next thing that you need to know is that all of our kits are like paint by number. So these are just the quick and easy tips before we get to the jazzing up and pizzazz. So when I say paint by number, I mean because, let me pull this over here so that I can do it on screen. And then we'll slide back in a second. So everything is numbered on the back. So these are 1s and these are 2s and these are 3s. Nice and easy. 1s, 3s, 3s, 3s. And so you just make yourself some little piles, and that's going to make it go nice and fast. So if you want to have a girls' night and do a big kit, it's a super fun thing to do because you can all sit around and talk, and you can even maybe have a few drinks and not have to worry that you're going to mess up your cards. Then the great thing to know is that we have bonus pieces, and I'm going to show you these as we go because it's going to make it so that you know that even if the card isn't exactly what you need it to be, you can make it be what you need it to be. Now, what did I do with the blank cards? There we go. Okay, so the first thing you do is card number 1. You look at it, and it is on the back of the directions. It is vertical. So you make sure that you have it opening the right direction. That's important. Sometimes people forget that. And I lay it down on my silicone mat. We also had really cute little card silicone mats, which were great for putting these down. And then we come over to our pile. So these are 1s, 2s, and 3s too. I was like, where did that piece go? Okay, so we come over to our pile and we pull our 1 out. And see, this just is going to go down. Use my regular tape. And you're going to put it down. And then the next thing you want to do is put down these 3 diagonals. Now, card making is just like when you're doing your album making. So you want to know about how far you want it from top and bottom so that you can make it centered and make it look nice and even. So I chose 1 inch from top and bottom. So I'm going to just take this, and these are all exactly the same. I already checked that, so it doesn't matter. So if I want this to be 1 inch, I'm going to go to the 1 inch part over here and put this down. And then I just have to wiggle this to the right angle until it lines up there. And so it's just a fast and easy way to be able to get these down. And then I want it 1 inch from the bottom. So I'm just going to put this 1 inch from the bottom. And I'm going to wiggle it until it lines up with the edge. That way it'll be on the same angle. And then I'm going to put this one right down the center. And that you can just eyeball. But that's how you can make it be perfect. So, fun way to do that. Then the next thing I'm going to do is put the next piece down. And that's just going to go right down here. And then you can decide if you want it to pop or not. And I like things to pop. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some foam squares. And I'm going to pop this up. And remember, when you're putting foam squares down, it's important that you use enough that you're not going to have it collapse on you. And what I mean by that is if you put it down and you don't have enough foam squares there, then it could easily get crushed, especially if you're going to mail it. So that's going to go down. And this is the last part of this one. And then I'm going to show you how to add the sparkle and pizzazz. So we have these amazing sparkle pens, and I absolutely love them. I'm sure they have an official name, but I just call them my sparkle pens. And what you should know is that when you first get it, you got to open it, and you have to take this black ring out. This black ring keeps it from popping. There's a little spot in there, and so once you take the black ring out, when you twist it, it's going to go all the way closed and it's going to pop. And then the next thing that you need to know is that when you first use it, don't use it right on your project because it's just going to come out really fast at first until you have used it enough to have it not come out so fast. And then you can just take part of your card. So for this one, I just chose the leaf. And you can do this right on your scrapbook pages. You can do it on your cards. And you just kind of paint. You paint right over it. So this is the silver one. There's also gold. So that's going to be great for graduations and weddings. If you were lucky enough to get in on the clear one that originally came in a secret box and then came out again whenever they had a few left, then hopefully you jumped on that because that can go over top of anything and show the color through. In fact, I've already put in and asked them to bring that back. So if you agree, you should do that too. And if you don't want it to be a Father's Day card, look at this, a matching piece that you could put down that says one of a kind. Now, oftentimes I don't put the sentiment down on the card when I first make it, and that way I can make it be whatever I want. I keep it stored in my cute little box. And then I add the sentiment when it's time. So I have all these beautiful cards in here, and then I'm able to quickly and easily grab what I want. So let's move right along. The next one, number 2, also vertical. So put it right down here on my silicone mat. And then I'm going to take this number 2. And I use regular tape when I'm doing the big pieces. You can do whatever. You can work with repositionable too, but I do the regular tape whenever I'm putting those down. So then you're going to put this down. You're going to center it. And what's nice, whenever there's a pattern like this, you can either measure and figure out where the center is, but look at this. You can just make sure that the same number of little squiggles are above and below and to the left and to the right. And that way it lets you eyeball it nice and fast, which is especially good for when you're on camera, because then you can get her done. And then this one, it works really well to use your mini tape. You know, I found a lot of people don't realize that we have the mini tape anymore. It fits right inside these same cases as our regular and our repositionable. And you can just buy a mini refill, and check this out. It goes right down there. And then I can add this right onto my card. And look how cute that is. And then you're going to pop your next piece on. It's nice to have the different types of adhesives, and every time they come out with a fun way to get a new color of case, I do that because then I have some to use for my other kinds of tape. Like, see, I was like, wait a minute, that's not glue. It's not regular tape. Okay, and so then this is going to go down, and I just make sure it has the same number of little dots all the way around, and bam, it's on there. And then these little ones, repositionable tape is my friend. I don't have to worry about it showing up, and I can put these on my corners. And then what's really fun is that sparkly stuff that I just showed you. Oh my goodness. It's so much fun to work with. You can open that up and just paint some sparkle on there. And I even changed it from silver to gold on this one. And you don't have to worry about being real overlay. You could paint these before you put them down if you want to make sure you don't go over the lines. I don't get real fussy. I find that people look at the card and they get excited and they're not looking to see if I got one little tiny dot somewhere else. But you can just paint that on there and you can do it pretty quick. And look, that's pretty close to perfect. And I went fast. So, see, pretty close to perfect. And I went fast. Okay, so there we go. And then the last one, again, it is vertical. These were all vertical this time. So on this one, it has a lot of little pieces. We'll talk about that real quick, about how to decide where those little pieces go. So you put this one down here. And this is the same paper that was in the Our Moments collection. Really pretty. And then you're just going to take these. You have these 4 pieces. And I just measured them and realized I wanted it to be 1/4 from the top and 1/4 from the bottom and 1/4 from each side. So I taped them down and I just put it down on my mat. And so there's 1/4 of an inch that direction and 1/4 of an inch that direction. And I just did this with each of my pieces. And then I have the same distance all the way around. And it's super cute. You know, these mats are so perfect for people who really like everything to line up nicely. I used to just eyeball everything without a mat, and then I started using the mat, and my projects look even better. So I'm just not a real fussy person, and I tend to go pretty fast, so I can do it right like that, and it works out really well. Then you're going to want to put this piece down. Oh, I forgot to show you that the thank you one also has grateful for you. So you could change that up. And then this one, you could do you're the best or best dad ever. And you know what? Since I already have a best dad ever, I'm going to go ahead and make this one be you're the best. And I'm going to put some tape down back here. And then I took my pieces. So I put my tape down first so it's back there. And then I put my pieces down, add a little tape, and that way I could make them be the length I wanted them to be. And I could put them as far apart or as not far apart as I wanted. And I went ahead and I popped this up too. It's super cute. And I will probably be handing everybody their cards in person, so I don't have to worry about mailing. But no, look how many foam squares I put there, because it's going to get bent up if I don't. It's still a ways off till Father's Day, so puff those up. You can see some people watching me, but I haven't heard from anybody yet. Okay, so then that's going to go down. And then what's really fun is on this one, I took and I added the gold all the way around. So it took me a minute or two, but not that long. See how fast you can go? And just add that white. And since it's puffed up, then you don't have to worry about going off the edge in that direction. And since the sentiment is pretty much a gold color, it's not going to show up as much if you go a little bit onto the gold section. So you can go pretty fast and end up with this beautiful gold. So if you missed the beginning, you know, I showed everybody that you need to unscrew and take that black piece out, and then you twist it back together, and it pops it inside, and that's how you end up with the glitter coming out. And you want to go ahead and do that on a sheet of paper or something, give it a little squeeze and get it started. But just know that you don't want to do that right onto your project. You want to take a moment and squeeze it onto scrap paper first, just so that you have it started and ready to go. And then bam, check this out. I love it. Cheryl's going to go touch hers up. I love that. So there we go. We got the shimmer and the shine. So I hope that was helpful. I hope it helped you learn how to use the glitter pens a little bit better. And also that you realize that these cards are really, really super simple to do. You can get them in trios. You can get them in whole boxes. Fun to do with a group of people. I make sure I keep some on hand because at the end of an event, if somebody's not ready to start a new project, but they finish something up, sometimes they just grab a box of cards so they can sit and chat with their girlfriends for a little bit before they go. So have a great day. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you next Wednesday.